Damn high. All right, everyone. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Nerds Who Rock Jays. I'm your host, LK the God, the deity, the mogul. I'm here with some very special friends of mine. But first, before I get into my co-host, let me tell everybody to subscribe on YouTube. Also, subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Leave a 5-star review and leave some kind words and rate and review. Now, to my co-host. As you can see, the man from 8 Mile. He looks great. He looks wonderful. You see the art in the background. He will draw your life better than it is already. As you can see, ooey wooey. Is that the Akatsuki? Is that the Akatsuki?
Nah, so like this is a piece my homeboy did of Bart Simpson.
Okay.
This is Raquan and Pikachu that I did, and this is some shit I got in the house.
Okay. Yes. If you need your life drawn, just let him know. He also does mixtape covers, art, anything you need drawn, anything you need imagineered. He will help you get your vision across wonderfully and beautifully.
I want to say shout out to the old school Shonen Jump that I have as a mouse pad right now.
Oh, okay.
Y'all wasn't outside for real.
Nah, don't do that.
Yes, as you can see, he has the braids in his hair and the wonderful mane to go along with it. Everything connects like the multiverse that we have so far. Bubsy Wubsy, the certified Technica. If you need an app, he will apply it for you.
I like that. If you need an app, he will. I like that.
Yes.
I'm that guy.
Yes, we have multiple ideas coming soon. We can't even tell you. We can't even let you know what's going on. We don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing, or vice versa. Next, we have C Jizzle live from Liberty Sizzle, aka Puffco Poppy. What we puffing on today?
Like I said, not much. I'm multitasking at the other office today, but at the same time, I had some flour, had a little bit of, I think it was some Stardog in my Crafty Plus. So whenever you need a sneaky Crafty bowl, Crafty Plus is still hitting. I still got that review I got to drop that I got recorded already for the Crafty Plus. But yeah, okay. That's what I got. I'll save the dab for when I get home.
Okay. I'll do the dabs for him. I have birthday cake all the way. I think this is Curio, but Jova Wellness, man. Do a dab. Shouts to Nova guy too. Dab Daddy Don. Last but not least, we have B-Mac in the background working on the ones and twos, producer extraordinaire. So we're going to start with what you all have been waiting for.
Is that the Armani? Is that the Armani? I see you, bro.
Oh,
I see you, Shorty.
Yeah, it is Armani Exchange.
Don't
worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Yo, this is different.
But we were talking about Peacemaker. I will give it the moniker as the best DC show. It might be best superhero series
that we've had in a while. Because Daredevil was definitely top tier.
Okay, Daredevil. I keep forgetting about Daredevil. You got Daredevil, you got Doom Patrol. I'm sorry. You still got motherfucking
but then
too.
Doom Patrol is DC though. So yeah.
It ain't beating Doom Patrol. I can't even do that.
Peacemaker's beating Doom Patrol.
I can't do that, bro.
Like Doom Patrol kind of went off the rails after a while, bro.
So
I've said this in our review, CJ. I've said that too, but still, I can't. No.
Yeah, I mean, Doom Patrol's latest season was a little weak, but overall, I can't give it better than season 1 of Doom Patrol. That was pretty good, man.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I can kind of concede to that point, but if I am ranking like current, overall, even though it's kind of unfair because Peacemaker only has one, I still give it to Peacemaker because if I'm rating my enjoyment value overall. It's Peacemaker only has one season, but that one season I've enjoyed more than both seasons of Doom Patrol combined. So it's very difficult, man.
I would also say put some respect on the Harley Quinn show too. I think that's a really underrated, really strong, a really strong.
It was
DC
cool.
show.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it for like the first 2 episodes because like I don't mean to sound mean, but like the voice actors were kind of annoying. but it kind of
they're all famous people. Too.
Like I hate
Household
when people do that, like that loud squeaky ass New York voices. Like I get it what you're trying to do, but like tone that shit down a little bit for me.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I've seen a lot of the DC animated films, which have been, knocked out of the park. Those have been great, but I haven't seen like the whole Harley Quinn series yet.
It was good. The whole time, hot take, Phantasm, best Batman origin cartoon. Don't have me.
How is that a hot take? I feel like that's a very, very like solid take.
that is,
that
okay,
people
then,
would agree with.
People have said this. Okay. People have said
because
this.
Niggas be hating on Phantasm, bro. Believe it or not.
It's like a masterpiece. Who was hating on that movie? I've never heard someone hate on that
People
movie.
have
Literally.
called my phone from strange numbers just to say that and hang up.
But yeah, Peacemaker is a solid show. Definitely one of the better offerings that DC has given us recently.
The best. I'm not even going to hold back. Like it's been the best. Like comparatively speaking to anything else that DC has been doing outside the animated realm, it is the only thing that I've enjoyed from DC in over 10 years.
Damn.
I don't think I enjoyed it quite as much as you guys enjoyed it, but like I definitely enjoyed that.
I don't know if
it. Like
I don't know if it was like that good, bro.
No, I'm not saying
like,
it's that good to the point where I'm like shitting on other things. I'm talking about comparatively speaking to their full body of work. That's what I'm talking about.
So wait. So if you're saying full body work, does that mean Batman animated series too?
No. I'm cutting out the animated series. I'm doing only live action. We're
live
talking
action.
about shows and movies, like whatever their universe is. This and the most recent Suicide Squad has been their best in the last 10 years, and that's including the Snyder Cut. And I really enjoyed the Snyder Cut, but
Snyder Cut was fire for what it was. For what it was fire
for what it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So, comparatively speaking to whatever is in the realm of Peacemaker, it is maybe easily the best show. Now, I'm not going to give it like best comparatively speaking to like Marvel or animated, like, but it goes right up there with the Dark Knight series for me when it comes down to enjoyment level.
Yeah, I think James Gunn has like a skill of taking like these really, really obscure characters and making you care about them. Like that's like his thing. Like he did it with Guardians. He's done it with, like, say, Peacemaker is a super D-list Charlton Comics character from like way back in like no one cares about Peacemaker. No one should care about Peacemaker, but for some reason, like he gave the show enough heart where you kind of do care about Peacemaker by the end of it. And you're like, I actually could do another season.
Can we talk about how low-key James Gunn has finessed the bag, making the same movie for the last 20 years?
It's a good formula.
Kind of.
Formula.
Like low-key, one of James Gunn's first mainstream movies is a movie called The Specials. It's a movie about superheroes that are basically D-list superheroes in their universe. And it's fucking hilarious. But like the thing is, it's one of those like it's a character study on character of superheroes in their day-to-day life. And it's basically what he's been doing for the last 20 fucking years, bro.
Yeah. And there's also an advantage of working with heroes who are D-list and shit like that, because like you don't have those editorial mandates. Like if you're working on a Batman story, there's gonna be like a team of lawyers and be like, you can't do this, you can't do that. Batman, he's gonna be in a
this has to happen.
Yeah. And this is his established character.
He doesn't eat pussy.
Too far from it. Yeah, like all that. Yeah, like that's the perfect example. Like that caused a controversy, literally. And it's just like, okay, but when you're working with Rocket Raccoon, like who has like 14 fans before this, then like you can do whatever you want. You could just
and it's solely and wholly owned by one entity as well, right?
Can you just imagine like you writing a Batman story and like a dude with a briefcase and a fucking tuxedo just comes in like, hey yo, Batman don't eat pussy. Just walks out. And that's it. Like, who was that guy?
It's like it really be like that. You talked about the little story earlier with the Batman doesn't eat pussy, or then the whole controversy with the Black Label book when his dick was in a comic and it was like front page news. It was literally on like CNN. There was like Batman's dick is in a comic. Everyone halt the presses. Like it's like, is it? So it's just like, like you have to deal with that with those popular characters. But when you're working with the Guardians of the Galaxy, when you're working with like, I have a story idea for Peacemaker, then it's just like no one gives do whatever you want.
And most people are like, who is Peacemaker?
Yeah, it's like give him a whole new origin.
And that was my like when they first announced like because I think they announced, they definitely announced Peacemaker show before the Suicide Squad movie came out, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this nigga with this helmet on?" Yeah, they announced that shit a brick ago before the joint even came out, and I was like, "Who is this nigga with this silver helmet on? He might be trash." Okay, so then they, James Gunn, he always does a great job of being like, "Okay, we're gonna use this movie as a fucking pilot. We're gonna use this movie to tell an origin story. We're not going to spend this time in the show." So we learn who Peacemaker is. We actually get something for him to work on. We actually get like the vehicle for him, for him to work on. Is he really a bad person or not? And it turned out great. To me, it turned out great.
I like it. I really do like it. Like I said, I love it when like people actually take time to write characters, and I feel like every character was like.
Speaking of writing, I do have trivia. Sorry to cut you off, but James Gunn wrote the entire first season in 8 weeks during COVID quarantine out of pure boredom, not actually believing the series would ever get picked up.
Wow, yeah, I can believe that. Like it's a
happens all the time.
Peacemaker show.
Yeah,
like.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think go ahead.
I was low-key, I think this is low-key where DC is gonna definitely shine, because like Marvel has obscure characters, but DC has been around for a long time. There's a lot of really obscure DC characters, bro. Like they really have a well of people that
and that's why I love DC, and that's why I love shows like Justice League and Justice League Unlimited really dove into that, where it's just like if you are paying attention or a DC fan, literally like everyone in that show is a character. Or going to be a character or an ancillary side character from the comics or an Easter egg from the comics. And it's kind of like that with Young Justice too, where it's just like, we got a whole season of like Forager and the Outsiders and like.
Which was a really good season.
It
dragged on, but it was a really good season.
Yeah, it's like we're getting into some deep cuts on that jump. So it's like, yeah, I love that. That's what I love about the DC universe. It has so much history. It's so sprawling. It's so many corners you can unturn. This is why people low-key kind of hate all the crises and reboots. Like, that's why the New 52 failed, when it's like, let's get rid of all the history. It's like, that's your thing. That's what you have going for you.
I'm still triggered by that, dog. I'm still triggered by that.
Yeah, it was a quick way to get sales up, but at the same time, they didn't think it through. It's like, so like, you're just gonna
They never do. They never do. And they reboot, it doesn't work, and it's like, hey, Flashpoint.
Yeah, they have to keep doing crises to fix other crises, and now they're fucked. They're even doing that now. Like, no one knows what the continuity is now. They're just like, after Death Metal, it's just kind of like, I don't know, dog.
They ran out of, because I feel like, first of all, I feel like Death Metal. I mean, I don't think we really needed the Dark Metal part. I feel like Dark Metal, the first one was okay. The second one was like, why are we still doing this? Like, give Batman a break. Give Batman.
I mean, the second one was more Wonder Woman event.
I'm always team give Batman a break. I really want to see Batmite though. I'm really interested to see Batmite. I can see that.
Remember what I said, bro? I was like, yo, like if Batmite is in his canon now, low key.
Yeah, it's canonized.
I don't really want to. Yo, we got fifth dimensional imps. What's up with them niggas, bro? What is they doing?
He might just pop up and be like, yo, what's good? I'm over here. Like, yo.
Surprise.
Next, let's take it to KTLO, our patent segment, where we talk about who kept the lights on for you. And keep the lights on, meaning, the performance from one of these actors that you felt was the best for you in your own opinion, the one that was, that you pretty much came to the show for. Keep the lights on.
I'm gonna butcher her name.
Danielle Brooks.
Yes, I can remember her character's name. I'm just bad with names.
Adebayo.
She is great in everything, bro. I'm not gonna lie to
you. Yeah, I mean, I just like the actor. Yeah,
she's good in everything. Low key, I'm surprised that John Cena is. I'm not surprised, but like John Cena, can we give it up for John Cena's acting?
Yes,
it's like way better than
good.
I would love to give it up for John.
I'm not gonna lie to you, John. His acting is way better than the wrestler's acting should be. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like,
well, let's.
Actually good.
I don't want to take anything from him, but let's not forget that he's kind of Vin Dieseling this role. Like, he was born for this role, for the way that they wanted this character to be. They wanted this character to be someone who could have easily just graduated from a frat house. So they made this character into who John Cena already is, and that's what made it very good. Like that's the same thing that made Ryan Reynolds' portrayal of Deadpool really good.
I got a hot take. I always got to be that guy, but I gotta vigilante. It's vigilante for me, man.
I mean, vigilante, like everyone was amazing.
Deadpool light, Deadpool light was very funny.
Yo, Eagly was definitely. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'll say the vigilante. That's a very different take on vigilante too. Like I don't know if you guys have seen Arrow or familiar with vigilante from the comics.
Yeah, please teach us about vigilante or any of these other obscure characters that probably weren't the same.
Well, I don't know too much about vigilante, but like I said, I remember watching the season of Arrow and seeing like vigilante Chase was one of the or Adrian was one of the villains or whatever. But at the same time, like this lovable sociopath thing was not the angle. Like it's usually just a brutal murderer. But like I said, I think it is great that they did that. Because like I said, I was gonna say Eagly, but since he's not a real actor, I was it's gotta be vigilante.
I'm with you, man. Eagly.
Eagly trying to get the mark in the credit scene is hilarious. Dude. I stopped for that.
He does it. He hits the like.
When he, that's fucking amazing. Not only that, that's good writing right there. Like some subtle shit like that keeps the lights on for me.
Bro, when Eagly he grabbed, he was like, Eagly, take the helmet and drop it on the barn. I was like, oh shit, he's about to do it. Nope, he's still just a fucking eagle. He just understands.
Still an eagle.
He's still just an eagle.
Yeah, like there's a believable. It's like a perfect balance of like, yes, this is goofy, and you can like, this is his pet comic book stuff, but also like, this is an eagle who doesn't really listen. Who's not domesticated at all. It's just like an eagle that follows this man.
Yeah. Like, and then you know what's the craziest part is I looked up eagles, and eagles can sometimes literally be like that. Like I like that it was like what you said, CJ. It was like very realistic. Like when you try to tame an eagle, it will act as if it was like Eagly in the show. Like sometimes they'll do. There's never been like an eagle who actually hugged a person, but sometimes real tamed eagles will like do this cool thing with its wings on you to show its affection.
Fun fact, that eagle was never real. That was all CGI.
Oh yeah,
super CGI eagle.
That was also some of the best CGI I've seen in a long time.
Especially really for a good TV CGI. Show. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, especially for a TV show, like because TV shows
they use all their budget on Eagly.
I definitely don't. I definitely don't think. What I'm really excited about with Peacemaker is that they're showing that you don't have to do a lot to make a show good, and what makes a show good isn't all what you do. What makes it good is the intention, the focus, the writing. Because like we all knew that Eagly was CGI the majority of the time, but it looked real enough to be in the show, especially like in those hugging scenes. It was like I didn't care that it was CGI just because the moment of like the eagle actually like hugging him, especially the second time, it was enough for me to be like, all right, whatever, this is believable.
I want to get hugged by eagle now, bro.
Hey, shit, I forgot what the fuck I was about to say.
Real quick. Runner up for me was definitely Hardcore because that's a fine ass white woman. I'm not gonna lie.
She is engaged to James Gunn, so shouts to James Gunn for landing that.
Winning.
He's winning all trophies. That is his shorty. She got that weird semi-thick white girl thing going on.
Yeah,
it's definitely back there. You can see it back there sometimes. Like, is it back there? Like if
it's poking, it's hiding, but it's the thighs for me for some reason.
Is it back there? Like, you got to glance. Is it back there? Can I see it back there? It's back there. Okay.
I got to pause the screen right quick.
So, CJ, let's go to our patented segment. And in this patented segment, the plane landing sequence, CJ's plane landing sequence, we talk about the show as a whole. Did the plane land? Was the ending as good as the beginning? Did all the storylines, did they answer all the questions for us? Did all the storylines wrap up in a beautiful bow? And are you coming back for season 2? CJ's plane landing sequence.
Jesus. Definitely landed. Like I said, not everything wrapped up in a bow, but at the same time, like I said, it's a smooth landing. I think it was a smooth, consistent ride. Like I said, James Gunn is a proven pilot. He knows how to get the planes off the ground. He knows how to land them. Like I feel like everything he touches is like 8.5. Like I'm never in love. Like this is the best thing I've ever seen, but at the same time, like I'm never disappointed by like his work. I'm
Very
never
enjoyable.
like
It's always enjoyable.
yeah, always just very the perfect level, very enjoyable. Like wasn't life changing, wasn't like going to be on my all time favorite list or anything, but like hell yeah, that was fun, and it had heart, and he's good at balancing that. So I was just like yeah, smooth ride. I love the ending was I think a little stronger than the beginning, but the beginning was strong too. I think that was a good pilot episode. I thought that was good to get you engaged with enough mystery and the helmets and the butterflies and stuff like that. But towards the end, of course, we got the cameo.
Yes.
The cameo was great.
Yeah.
So
Before we talk about the cameo, can we please talk about Peacemaker's dad and his fucking hair? Like his hair was so annoying, bro. That John was sticking up like a dorsal fin. Like, oh my god. Like
it was trying his best.
And he was the super racist, like super is that comic book character? Like
that's a real character.
Yeah, the White Dragon.
Can we get some backstory on the White Dragon, please? Because it like what
it's Country Hydra. That's
actually probably one of the more comic accurate things that they did in the show. It doesn't track to me that like a white supremacist would be that smart to invent all that because he basically has like a TARDIS in his house and made every piece of tech in the helmets.
Never
that's the only
explained
thing. Yeah, that's the only thing. It's like, did he have like a hillbilly PhD? Like, how is he so smart?
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like the type, like the character he is, I'm like, I don't get this nigga putting on this suit every night, and going out and like fighting crime or whatever the fuck it's called.
It's the power of hatred, my man.
It's rudimentary. Like I don't got him understanding how to make that room. Like you make the room and you make the tech. Somebody did this for you. You don't come off, I mean, I don't want to call him stupid, but you don't come off like the brightest man in the world to be making all this tech and making fifth-dimensional rooms.
That shit didn't make sense. It's like, how do you build this and your son is this fucking stupid? Like, how does this? None of this makes sense.
They never talked about it. He's like, I just got it. What's up?
Yeah, they never really went into his dad's backstory. I hope they do that more in season 2, where it's just like, what is his deal? We know he's racist. He's a White Dragon. The White Dragon is a renowned racist superhero in DC. Like everyone, like, so it's like, okay, like we get that, but like, yeah, that's my whole thing. Like, how did you get smart enough to do? Because generally, racism is some small brain, baby brain shit. Where it's just like my skin color. So it's just like, so you're like a Klan member, but you're also like a super genius. Like that seems very contradictory to me. But
I heard that his hair was. I heard that his hair was actually played by James Gandolfini.
Yo, relax, bro. not Gandolfini.
Tony Soprano? Are you serious right now? Hey, yo, shouts to Meadow, man. Meadow from The Sopranos. She had a Super Bowl commercial. And let me tell you something. I've had a crush on Meadow. Like, oh my God, Meadow. She looks amazing right now. Shouts to her. I don't even know her real name. I just know her as Meadow. She looks amazing. Shouts to her. Sopranos. Go watch it. It's a very amazing show. A lot of people haven't even watched it. Post-credit scene.
Real quick though, I wanted to say like the actor that plays Peacemaker's dad is also if you don't know, he's the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Yeah, Robert Patrick.
I just want to say, like, I love when he's in movies because, like, he always plays he's about to whoop somebody's ass. Yeah, like I could definitely if they ever redid that 70s show, he could definitely be Red Foreman.
Red Foreman. Well, they're doing that 90s show now.
Listen,
the 80s show or whatever.
I listen. I watched the 80s show. It was bad.
It was bad.
Didn't they already do that? Yeah.
Yes, they did. It was terrible.
No, they're doing 90s now. That 90s.
No, but when that 70s show ended, they made a show called that 80s show.
80s show.
Yeah, I heard about it. I never watched it though.
Swiftly.
After like I think they lasted maybe like 3 episodes because like it wasn't good like at all. It relied too much on it being an 80s show, basically.
All right, so like CJ mentioned earlier, they gave us a little something. At the end. That's kind of what tipped it over the scales for me. Like, okay, if you do fan service shit like this, okay, you're listening to this stuff. So, hold on. Excuse me.
Thank you.
Back,
bro. Fight
so,
back.
Yes, fight the power that be. Huh. Black History Month. So we got some cameos. They showed up late as fuck. I don't know why they showed up late as fuck like the police. But
Relax.
they showed up and we only got some words from Jason Momoa and your boy,
The Flash.
Ezra,
old creepo. So we got them saying stuff, but I heard that Ezra filmed that shit back while they were filming Justice League, and Jason Momoa did his lines. They weren't really there standing together.
Oh yeah,
and,
you can tell.
yeah, you could tell they weren't standing there together.
And
Yeah.
Jason
They cut when
Momoa
they-
was pretty much the only one that's around that can do it. So that's why
because
only them two talk.
Yeah, because Henry Cavill isn't Superman anymore, and neither is Batman, and Affleck isn't Batman anymore, so it wouldn't make any sense.
Well, he is
Yeah.
and he isn't, kind of.
Yeah, like, well, there was some more story on this. I don't know if you were following Twitter, but like, there was a Batman and a cyborg there in that original shot that they scrubbed out the shot. So like,
I mean, but that makes sense though, because they're not going to be.
Cyborg
They're not going to be there
is
anymore.
literally fired. So like,
Ray Fisher is not coming back.
Yeah, then Batman, there's a movie coming out, so they don't want to confuse and be like, is this Batfleck or is it the new Batman? His movie's coming out.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why they wanted, just to avoid confusion. It's like, let's not do that. Henry Cavill is technically not fired as Superman. He's still under contract, but they just have no plans to make a Superman movie right now. So they could have used him had he been available. And same with Gal Gadot. They probably just want to pay the money for a little cameo and just.
Yeah,
they're already shooting.
They're
shooting Flash. Yeah, like they were in the midst of shooting Flash and Aquaman, so it makes sense that those would be the two actors that they could get, you know, to actually show their face.
I'm actually a little agitated that they even did that, given that the plans that they have for the DC universe in regards to the Zack. I'm just going to call them the Snyder League at this point in time. That's how I know them. But like, in regards to the Snyder League, given that they're trying to really just end, Henry Cavill's contract, Batfleck really isn't about to be doing a whole bunch more, and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman has maybe one more movie to fuck up before she's out. Their stronger people are really just the last two people that they need to do movies with. So even putting them in there kind of reduce the lifespan of Peacemaker to me a little bit, if you want to be, strictly canonical about it. But so I appreciated the cameo. I just didn't like the implications that came with it.
Yeah, it was cool, but it was like, I feel like at the end of the day, like, what's the point of this? Like,
it's fan service. It's like y'all niggas don't fuck with us, so let's give y'all something. Let's give y'all something right quick.
Yeah, I agree.
But like Buzz was saying, like at the end of the day, like low key, none of that shit matters because like the Flash movie's gonna erase all this shit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always
get a new Batman, Superman, whatever. Yeah.
So basically, what I heard is like, Michael Keaton's Batman is coming back permanently, and he's gonna be
permanently.
Well, he's gonna be the mentor for the new Batgirl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I heard.
Basically, too. But it's also like we getting the Robert. Like I just want DC to stick to one fucking timeline. Real quick.
The same thing with the comics.
CJ doesn't like it.
Problem. They don't know what the fuck where they're going, bro. There's no consistency. There's no plan. There's no continuity. They just doing shit. They're just gonna be like, we'll see what happens after the Flashpoint movie.
And the thing is, like, I can respect that.
If the Flash movie is ass and it flops, then what?
But here's the thing.
I could respect that if like they gave it to us as like we're just gonna do Elseworlds titles. Fuck it. Like there's no main continuity, none of that shit. We're just gonna see what cool.
That's the way that they should go.
That'd be fine.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like it's timing too, because why would you do Flashpoint when we're doing Multiverse of Madness right now, Quantum Mania right now? We're doing Multiverse Saga over here on Marvel. Now you want to do Flashpoint? Like you're doing
because they need a crisis. Because they need to fix the mess that they made. That is the Snyderverse.
And the sad part is like DC made the multiverse shit cool. That's the crazy part. Like Marvel has never really leaned into its multiverse shit as much as DC has, to be fair with you. Real shit.
Cinematically or in comics?
In comics, like Marvel deals with this multiverse, but like the multiverse is a thing in DC, bro. Like it's a thing.
That's
fair. Yeah,
it's the main part of DC. Like the whole like multiversity. They have events about the multiverse, like the Source Wall and all this shit.
The multiverse affects mainstream continuity all the time, whereas in Marvel is like we have a multiverse, but it's not like you don't come to Marvel for the multiverse, dog.
Yeah,
You might go to DC because you can see 50 versions of fucking Superman.
that
if
is
you
very
want
true.
to. If you want to.
Yeah, I definitely agree with the other thing that you said as well. See, it's where they need to kind of just stick to, you know, their one-offs. I mean, look at how popular their most recent popular movie was with Joker. Like that did crazy numbers. That was a lot of people regard that as a masterpiece. Like they're done doing series that like I feel like they're trying to recapture the Dark Knight series, and you know, they're trying to make everything that same vibe. And I think that's where they're really struggling, where it's like, you can't make everything the vibe of the Dark Knight. Yeah, you can't do that. Like, that's not what everybody wants. I mean, I think one of the strongest things about Peacemaker, which I was a little annoyed about, because I think they said James Gunn is doing another series and he said it's not going to be a comedy. I'm like, no, make it a comedy. Y'all made Peacemaker amazing because
I'm sure it'll still be funny.
This was a comedy. Like, I agree with you. I think it'll still be funny, but like
it's still gonna be like our, like, you know, dry humor type, dramatic, you know, you can make that shit funny.
I mean, even with Peacemaker, it's not like there was slapstick in there. It definitely wasn't, but it's the fact that, like, you know, when you take moments and intertwine all aspects of entertainment in there, and that's the problem that I felt like DC had outside of The Dark Knight, is that they would just make things gritty, but they wouldn't interweave all of the aspects of entertainment. That's what makes Marvel strong. All of the aspects are there. That's what makes Deadpool great. All, like, the drama, the intense, even sometimes horror and comedy, all of it. But you got these newer things that are just like, we're just going to be serious all the time. But that's what is making Suicide Squad and Peacemaker so great. It takes all of them and entertains us with it. And they really do that really well when they're doing their one-offs and focusing on a specific story.
I got a hot take. I think in the new Batman movie, they're going to show that this Batman is in the Joaquin Phoenix Joker universe.
Oh God, I hope not.
I think they're gonna do that. I can see that happening.
I don't know.
I hope they don't touch. I hope they do not touch Joaquin Joker. Like that just needs to be what it is and be left alone.
My hot take is this. I think I've already told you this before, but like I feel like the Dark Knight trilogy is the worst thing that happened to DC's movie universe.
Like Mark Hamill.
It's too good. It's too good. It's literally too good. Like.
They got a real filmmaker in that jump to make the movies. Like,
yeah.
No offense to anybody else, but like it's too good. It's like you can't follow it up. Like you literally they had to wait 10 years and make Joker to do anything as good as that. Like, come on now. Like, yeah, I just feel like everything else they've been trying to do is like the Batman gen is so grounded in, I guess, realism, if you will, like at least real as you can be with a Batman story.
Yeah.
But I feel like I feel like you really can't insert a lot of the other type of DC characters into that universe. For real. Like it'd be too jarring.
I don't even know if I can agree with the sense of realism, but I can agree with the sense of realism. Like, at least for me, realism is as it pertains to how people to react to stimuluses, right? Because like what made Joker very realistic as well wasn't the fact that he was insane and people were like, oh, this is what could happen in real life. It was the fact that it was a realistic outcome that we even see today currently happening to the stimuluses that were happening in there. Like a person who was a cast out from society gets no help, gets refusal from any sort of assistance from the government, and then is still allowed to roam the streets and do what he does. And then, people are condemning him for the monster that they made.
Yeah, and that's what I meant. That's really what I meant. Like, as far as like realism goes, like in the Batman universe, like of course it's not real, but like I mean, he's a guy in a suit, bro. Like,
yeah,
Batman gets his ass beat a lot in those movies, bro.
Oh yeah, not to mention, to piggyback off your point, like that's what even made the superfluous Peacemaker realistic. Like, I loved Adebayo's response to seeing him getting hugged for the first time. Like, that's a very realistic response. You see some stuff like that, it's very, burning bush. You're like, what? Like, maybe I'm not thinking the right way about this whole situation. Like, I just saw a man get hugged by an eagle.
Yeah, I think the greater problem that DC has is the same thing with comics and movies. It's even simpler than what you broke down, even though you're right about everything you said. But it's just Batman is the only hero that sells consistently for DC. Like that's one of the reasons they're not making another Superman movie because those movies did lukewarm, like Man of Steel and shit like that. It's like it's all right, but like they're very mixed and like there's so much Batman because there has to be because Batman is what's keeping their company afloat. So as much as we might be tired of Batman, there's still going to be like 7 Batman books on the shelves at all times. He's still going to be involved in every event, every team, every Justice League thing. Everything is a Bat thing. And it's like, yeah, because like he's the only thing that they know.
He's the most consistent. He's the most consistent.
Yeah, like
it's not like my fault, but like say, like there's like 50 Green Lanterns, there's like 30 Flashes. Like Superman is cool, but he's kind of fucking boring every once in a while. Like, do you care about fucking Hawkman? No, you don't.
No.
I got a question for y'all.
I don't care about Superman.
I got a question for y'all. Do we, and this isn't to actually blame anyone, like don't get your pitchforks, but a hypothetical question. Do we blame DC for perpetuating Batman? Or do we blame the fans for bankrolling this sort of perpetuation?
A little bit of both, because like I said, the fans also need to be open to pick up new books and new heroes. Whenever there's like something changes in Batman status quo, all the old school Batman fans freak the fuck out when it's just like, I'm tired of watching this man with a butler in a mansion and like a underage little boy fight crime in the city with the most crime of all time.
They freaked out about it.
Hey, not for nothing. This sounds a whole lot like my Spider-Man take that it sounds a lot like my Spider-Man. I mean, I'm just saying, it sounds the same.
We all know that these are the most overused characters ever created. We all know this. Like, it is what it is, though. I mean, but it says like I said, do you give a fuck about Hawkman? Hook? Do you give a fuck about any of the Hawkmen? No, you don't.
Yes. I mean,
name one.
Hawkgirl was bad.
Name one. Name a Hawkman.
Hawkgirl.
No. Toss. What's their names?
Toss.
Shut up. Shut the
Forrest.
Oh my God.
Boris?
I said Horace.
Hey, he's not wrong.
Hey, I was gonna say something Egyptian because I know he's from Egypt somewhere. But I do want to see I want to see Hawkman. I mean, as y'all can see from the trailer, like his wings aren't really like feathery, they're like metallic, like mechanical type.
I'm not a fan of that.
I'm like, why is his wings okay? But he's Hawkman. He's supposed to be like.
It really depends on the iteration of Hawkman, though, because you have some Hawkmen that actually have wings.
It's supposed to be natural, though. Like
not all of them, though. Like so you know how the story of Hawkman goes, right?
Not necessarily.
So basically, Hawkman starts in Egypt, and he's an Egyptian prince, and him and his leather basically die, but like they're doomed to be reincarnated into different bodies over the years. But like they're always doomed to die as well. So like that's why you have so many different versions of Hawkman and Hawkwoman, basically. But depending on which version you get, your Hawkman might have a different set of powers. It'll be Hawk based, obviously, but like that's why some of them have actual wings, and then some have like removable wings, and then some don't have wings at all.
DC is trash. It's like nah. It's like that. What the fuck?
No, DC is confusing. I'm not gonna lie to you, and that's a problem with them being so kind of like one of the oldest, if not basically the oldest comic book thing that's out right now. Like they've been doing it for so long. There's so many characters. There's so many storylines. There's so many versions of things. Like, Loki, where do you start? Where do you start?
Hey, I'm watching this new show, this new DC show on CW called Naomi, because I watch all the obscure CW shows, but I refuse to watch Legends of Tomorrow for some reason. I mean, it's okay. It's fine. It's CW. I'm starting to rank shit as like a CW level show, and you all know what that means. Like it's a CW level show. Like
melodrama, budget on zero.
Yes, and they all look the same, bruh.
On the same sets, they all in Vancouver, working on the same sets.
They all shot the same with the same cameras. They all look the same.
Is Greg Berlanti working on this?
Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure he is. He's working on all this shit.
Probably, yeah.
Naomi is just an interesting. It's a Bendis creation, and like Naomi. I don't like anything Bendis has done since he's been at DC, and Naomi was one of the first things he's done at DC. So it's like it's not no shade to Naomi, but like I just don't feel like it was a very inspired creation. It was just like he's just like I want a black girl on Justice League.
Bendis is past his heyday, bro. Bendis has been past his heyday since.
Oh, everything he's done, like
post Miles Morales has been.
Post New Avengers has been ass. Like Civil War 2 is one of the worst things I've ever read. Like
you maintain this. You maintain.
It's a really bad story. It's a really bad story. None of it makes any fucking sense. I won't say it doesn't make any sense. I say that a lot, but like the look, the story is really good. It's not good, and it's just not good. All I can say is not. It's one of those like pointless stories. It's like, why did you do this? Like Civil War, the first Civil War was a really good, well-written book that talked about some real concepts, real things, and it was some real stakes. The second one, not so much.
He said, "Not so much." But Naomi is a good show. If anybody wants to watch it, it just started. I guess it's on like episode 4 or 5. I don't know how many you get in the clip, but CW shows, they probably do 13 a season because they just don't have anything else better to do.
Which has always been my biggest problem with CW shows. Like, you don't need 26 episodes for this. You really don't.
Yeah, they Buffy the shit. Like 45 episodes a season, like Charmed and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right.
Bro, I cannot. I think about that.
Yuck.
Like, we really used to sit and watch 26 episodes of bullshit back in the day.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah, every week, 26 weeks. Yeah.
Often.
Every Sunday. Like you Game of Thrones niggas is crazy.
Nah, that's only 10 episodes though. That's 10 episodes per season though.
Shit. Which one of them shows like 13 a pop? Yeah, I remember one of them being 13. One of them had to be 13.
What, Game of Thrones? No, they were always 10. No, they were always 10. They were always 10. The last season was an 8.
Until the end,
it's 10 a season for Game of Thrones. Yeah.
You know, ironically, I was thinking this today while I was working, like it might be my own like anxiety flaring up, but it creeped me out every time niggas in Game of Thrones, like they would drag their cape through the mud. And I'm like, you're purposely getting shit muddy. Like, oh my God, that's pissing me off so much. Like, y'all just muddy all the time. It's really like triggering my PTSD and shit. No,
I'm not gonna hold you, son. I never understood case if you don't fly.
I don't understand it. Like, I guess it kept them warm.
Utility.
Utility?
For what?
There's no utility to a cape.
What?
Have you seen Watchmen?
Yes.
Watchmen?
Yes.
Tell me you don't know how to use a cape without telling me you don't know how to use a cape. Thanks, guys.
Can you use a cape? Can you use a cape? I want to see you like turn up with a cape, bro.
I'm not gonna just use a cape on demand like some.
Go get the tablecloth off the kitchen table and wrap it around your neck and let's see you use it. I want to see you use the cape.
And look, man.
Every superhero murdered if you weren't Superman.
Like, if you can't fly, why do you have that, bro? Like, it's doing nothing for you. You got to run with the cape.
Batman has a cape.
It's utility,
and I think that should be stupid sometimes too. But at the same time, though, like Batman, look, keep you on some hang glide and shit. So I kind of get it.
Hey, you just named one of the utilities.
But he does
not a regular cape.
Fire resistant.
Like shit though. The shit hang glide. Like,
look, you don't know what the cape do until the cape do what it do.
If you hop out of a car, if you not Batman and hop out of a car with a cape, I'm gonna think you stupid.
Yo, first
of all, hop out with a bodysuit on, looking like an IG model.
Hey yo.
Look, man, I'm not going to defend the accuracy of a cape. I'm just saying. Also, Cease, what is your eyebrows doing, bro? You got a filter on?
No.
They did look like they were jumping though, like eyebrows jumping the frame.
I was like, yo, was that tripping?
I thought I was dabbing too much, CJ.
I definitely.
Oh shit, the birthday cake that took me. Oh shit, how's the show gonna end? The birthday cake that took hold on. Go ahead. Yeah. She gonna see some shit she don't want to see. What Drake say? She gonna see some shit she want to.
I definitely F with capes, man. Capes, they definitely add some swag. You never know the utility that they have until you're against them. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be on the business end of a cape, bro.
What?
What does that even mean?
Bro, yank your shit off.
Right? You get choked with your own cape.
Nigga gonna pull that cape over your head, beat you to
I'm
death
done.
while you
I'm
can't
done.
even see.
I'm done.
Oh, that's the clip right there. Nigga, what? The fucking cape. I don't.
Yo.
Hey, I think we bumped into a good topic. What other things do superheroes use all the time they do not need?
Really high
Pockets.
boots.
Pouches.
Sidekicks sometimes.
I
You said
mean,
pouches?
if-
You said pouches?
Pouches. The 90s, man. The 90s where every costume had like
yeah.
37
Oh,
unnecessary
you need pockets
pockets
to
and
put a
pouches.
key in, a little card key or to save the world. Yeah, I need a pocket for that. I need a pocket to put that in. I gotta run around.
The 90s was a wild time, bro. Everybody looks like Cable, bro. It's just terrible.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah,
was
especially in
swole.
the X-Men, yeah.
They
Some
needed
JoJo
pockets,
characters,
bro.
Yo.
I never
gotta
really
carry this key
understood.
around. I gotta run.
I never really understood that every superhero was wearing like the boots that Kanye is wearing now. Like every single one, no matter where they went, they were wearing some boots that came
Now-
up crazy high.
I can attest to that.
When you hopping off buildings and shit, you need that support, bro.
Yeah, I can
But
attest
you don't
to
want
that,
a cape.
like real shit. You would want foot
You need
support
that.
if you out
Yes.
there running from apocalypse. You don't want to
So
twist your
what?
ankle
Bro,
out
that
there.
support don't even make sense because the boot is loose. You feel me? Like, why is your boot not moving with your foot?
No,
Like,
no. I'm assuming that you're not out here loose booted.
Yeah, bro.
Bro,
I can't
Toy
take
Story
down
shit is
Kingpin.
happening.
I can't take down Kingpin and Chuck Taylor's, bro. Like,
Well, you can't take them down with a boot that got a swivel, bro. What are you doing? It's got a
Yes, you
3-axis
can.
movement. Nah,
Oh,
bruh.
do you understand? You got Venom chasing you and you twist your ankle.
Bro, you twisting your ankle because your boot swivel.
No, you twist your ankle because you don't have ankle support. Ankle support is very important,
well,
everybody.
first of all,
Shouts to the
depending on what kind of
military
hero you
service.
are, if you got to fight Venom, you having a bad day anyway. Let's be
Yo,
real. You having
I
a
mean,
bad day
he
anyway.
bites niggas' heads off. Like, I mean, you should run for your fucking life. I mean,
If your greatest superpower is a cape, then you fucked up.
Full circle, yes.
I'll take the cape with some utility over some boots that got a swivel any day, bro.
So you about to have a costume with like pockets and capes.
Nigga,
and
if
shit
your
like
cape
that.
ain't Dr.
Is your
Strange
cape-
cape, is
Is your cape
nothing.
gonna have? Does your cape have pockets?
I would put some pockets on my cape. I'm gonna show up that joint like the vendor from Resident Evil 4. Like, what are you buying? Like,
Hey,
just
He look like he got that joint that teachers be having on their door. They got you got the pocket for
Yo.
the pens, you got the pockets for the little erasers, you got the pockets for the the cubby joint.
That is crazy.
Utility man, I'm here to save the day. What do
yo,
you
I got
need?
what you need.
We want to figure this shit out. I got duct tape and lube. What do we want to do? I don't know. We'll figure it
Not
out.
duct tape and lube.
Hey, bro,
Utility
what you
man.
got? Why are
Coming
you
to
surprised by that?
NBC.
I shouldn't be, should I?
Oh, come on, bro. You know what it is.
Holy shit.
Respect.
Oh man. Can you guys think
What
of
do you-
anything else that a superhero does not need that they carry around all the time?
Masks that don't cover your hair. That makes no sense to me. Like any mask that's like just here,
Oh yeah. Like the
Yeah,
Nightmare.
those
jump.
kind of shit. Yeah.
Fucking stupid.
bro.
Yeah. The old
Bro,
school
that's
Robin
insane.
mask and shit.
Yeah, Green
Yeah,
Lantern.
the Green Lantern. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Oh,
Oh, the
Hey,
Bro,
domino,
we can
the
see-
domino mask.
We can see 80% of your face, bro. Like, what is?
And we know that the barber messed up on your fade. Come on, son.
Yo, chill out.
And we know he pushed your hairline back. Like, what else do we need? We know that you use hair and shoulders, obviously.
That's why John Stewart stopped giving a fuck. He's like, fuck it.
Right.
Yeah, this man said I'm black. Ain't no way I'm gonna stand out. It's like sneak around. Like, which Green Lantern is it? The black one. But one
black
black
ones were the
Green
worst.
Lantern
Wow.
in a
But
galactic
this
court.
brings up a point. This is why I didn't really like. This is why I never got how nobody knew that Jefferson Pierce was fucking Black Lightning in that show.
I don't want to
He
talk
is
about
the-
Black
He's
Lightning.
the
I
only.
don't wanna talk-
He's the only 6'1" nigga with this head shape in this whole fucking town, bro.
That man
I'm
like
here
6'5".
to save my town.
Right.
I am Frederick Douglass, and I'm
Yeah.
here to save my town.
It's even worse than that. He's not even 6'1". That man's like 6'4" and an Olympic level
Exactly.
athlete just walking
Yeah.
around. Like,
With
bro,
my
it's not that many.
lightning.
And he's wearing some yellow like goggles, talking about
I'm
like, I wonder
Principal
who it is.
Lightning, everybody. I'm Principal Lightning.
Yeah,
I'm here to
school, like,
save
hey.
my school.
Be at school like, hey, Mr. Pierce, was you out? Was you saving niggas last night, bro? I
Dog,
swear that was you.
he's
Bro.
like a
Ain't
Tyler,
nobody else in this town 6'5", bro. It
he's
gotta
like
be
a
you.
Tyler Perry level actor, bro. Let me talk about Jefferson Pierce. He made me hate that show. Him and that white black guy. Like, you guys look crazy.
Leave
What is
Raiden
going-
alone. Leave
No.
Raiden alone. Damn it.
Nope. He got to go to get that goddamn. Why you just making suits in your basement? You a goddamn tailor. Get out of here, boy. What's going
Come on,
on
man,
with
can't be
you?
like that.
And now I got to talk about Tobias Whale. Like, who is this guy? Like,
He's an actual comic book
A
character.
rapper.
he's a rapper.
Yeah,
he's
he
a
is, though.
rapper.
Yeah, named
Oh,
Kanye.
Yeah.
shit, he's a
Yeah.
rapper. No, this is Static Shock in Tyler Perry universe at Tyler Perry Studios. That's what goddamn Black Lightning is, everybody.
Said
Fuck
Static
Black
Medea.
Static
Medea?
Static
Medea.
Medea.
Yes. This is Static shot at Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta. Congratulations. Yeah.
Beat the shocks. Yo.
Now to anime. Anybody have any anime topics, everybody? Let's get to rumbling.
I'm
Attack on
not gonna
Titan
lie,
still
I'm-
putting together one of the greatest final seasons I've seen in anime so far.
I mean, these next episodes are going to be pretty mid into like the last three. It's kind of a lot of melodrama going on that Attack on Titan is known for. But you know, if you're a fan already, then that's what you're into. Me, I did the thing that I usually don't do that I hate doing, which is I already read the manga. So this is kind of the boring part for me. But if you haven't read the manga, then everything that you should be seeing right now should be extremely riveting.
I feel like it's just the execution of the manga. Like I've read the manga too, and I'm still like enjoying how they're executing the pages of the manga in the animated way. You know, like there's certain things that a manga is just not going to capture in terms of the scale of the rumbling, kind of like the feel of it, like just the color grade, like the skies being red. To see the colossal titans moving in the background while characters are just like
The writing
talking
kind of
about it
thing.
and shit.
Yeah.
Like
Hey,
there's
yo.
some things that you won't be able to pick up from the manga.
Yo,
that I
look
think
at
that-
Steve's eyebrows, bro. They jumps and jumping. I know what you're talking about now. I'm sorry to cut you off, CJ, but your eyebrows jumping.
Yo, it's his eyebrows and his beard, bro. I think he's messing with us, bro. I think he's got a filter on.
Yo, I see that shit. Fuck, bro. Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can agree with your point where it's like, you know, I mean, I still watched it, and you're right. Like it's worth a watch just seeing whatever you have seen in the manga like come to such a high fidelity of animation. Like that's really, yeah. And yeah, that riding the horse scene with the Titans in the back, that joint was sick though. Just that conversation was pretty tense.
Yeah, we got Annie back too. I mean, not to spoil too much, but like I said, in the real world, we haven't seen Annie in like 9 fucking years because of how the gaps between the seasons and the delays and all that. So it's like, it's been very interesting because like I said, my mom's been binge watching it and she's on the final season now, but she started Attack on Titan like a week and a half ago. So she has just been like plowing through the whole series and just like, she's like, oh, Annie, you know, she's getting to the part where Annie's coming back. And I'm just like, you're not even hip to the struggle that us fans had to do to wait 5 years in between seasons or something. And she's just like, oh, this is great as a binge. And I was just like, we didn't have a choice. Okay. Like, I wish I could have binged it all in a day, but like, yeah, but it's just interesting to see the perspective of someone who just binged it all back to back versus someone like me who's read the manga like years ago or, you know, when it finished, like it finished what, a year and a half ago or something like that. So
Yeah.
Hey man, that's why I want you to start watching or keep watching One Piece because it's the greatest story ever told. Greatest story ever told.
Bro, like
the longest
one
story.
day, one day I will have the audacity to try to get through One Piece, bro. Like,
No, it's very simple, bro. That's all you gotta do is
I
just
get
watch it. Just watch it. That's all you gotta
They've
do.
been
is
in
watch
Wano
it,
for like
man.
4 years.
yeah,
Just
dog.
watch.
I know
it.
that shit. I know that much. For a
Just
fact.
watch
One,
it.
'cause one of my homies is like a One Piece like fan. Like that's like one of his favorite anime mangas. He reread the shit.
Nigga, it's my favorite anime. Well, anime. I don't do manga, but it's my favorite anime. Everybody watch one.
You gotta do manga, man, and manhwa.
Whoa.
Some manhwas
You
okay.
disrespectful.
Who
Some
me?
manhwas.
I mean, sweet guy is pretty good, but like that's as far as
Solo
I-
Leveling was fire. Still is fire.
Wait,
I gotta see the anime. Hey,
It's not-
I'm,
that
wait,
doesn't-
I'm
it
waiting
doesn't
on the
have an
anime.
It doesn't have an anime. Like most manhwa don't.
It's
get
supposed to
anime.
be coming, but you know how that's going.
Tower of God was okay.
Yeah, they could have picked something better than that.
They should have went with Solo Leveling. But what's the
Yeah.
other? But God of High School was okay too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fuck with God of High School.
See,
All right. Any other anime news, everybody?
I haven't been watching anything,
Nah.
man.
All right.
I'm finally getting through Jujutsu Kaisen, so I'll probably come back to you guys on that. I don't get what all the hype is about. It's pretty mid.
yeah, I actually got to step off because the lady is here. I will talk to y'all later.
All right.
Yo, can I ask you a question before you go?
Oh my God.
Are the eyebrows gonna
Shut
stay
up,
digital
shut-
when you get off?
shut up.
Is it? Are they gonna follow you when you? All right, I'm done. I'm done.
Hey, what was eyebrows stay in the same spot? We just.
Well, that was
man.
definitely freaking me out, bro. It was the eyebrows and the beard.
No, I was
was
trying
like,
to
wait.
tell you, like, dog, his eyebrows are moving.
And it doesn't make sense because they were the exact shape of his actual eyebrows. It's not like he needed any help.
I was like, dog, his eyebrows are moving. Y'all niggas thought I was crazy. I am, but not this time. I was like, this nigga's eyebrows are moving, bro. I know that's fucking crazy.
Cool.
All right,
Yo.
man. All right. We can end the show with Carnage Comics. If you have any news, see Jizzle.
Only news I got is this Wolverine event is actually really fucking good, and I talked a lot of shit about it when it started, and then like how I wasn't
It
enjoying.
deserved it.
Yeah. It was. I mean, like the X Lives of Wolverine part of it is still pretty mid.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
just
not
like a
paying
basic.
attention to that shit at all.
Yeah, that's like pretty basic. But the X Deaths of Wolverine, that jump
Yeah.
is lit. Like I'm loving that jump.
Yeah,
That was
Omega
a
Red
surprise.
just possessed the fucking wheel.
Yeah. That's just
about
it.
the-
X Lives super skippable.
Yeah.
I'm not really into whatever's happening there. I hope they intertwine with whatever's happening in X Deaths because like X Lives is a pretty mid Wolverine story, and that's why I was talking a lot of shit. But then X Deaths is turning up to be one of the best Wolverine stories. So I was just like,
Yeah, and it's not even about him.
it's kind of about him. It's about him and Moira though. This is the Moira book
Yeah,
that
right.
everyone wanted for 2.5 years, and then they were just like, we can't sell a Moira book, but if we put Wolverine's name on it, that shit'll sell. And I feel like that's basically what they're doing. It's the same thing they did with Trial of Magneto, where Trial of Magneto is not a Magneto book; it's a Scarlet Witch book. But they're just like, we can't really sell this Scarlet Witch book, so we're gonna slap Magneto's name on it, and then we're gonna sell it like that. And I feel like that's the exact same thing they did. So I feel like X Lives is like Percy's continuation of Wolverine and X Force, because that's what it feels like. And both those books has been mid to me, and X Lives is mid, and it just keeps on that track of like, this is fine.
Yeah, I really
is a
don't
7 out of
care
10.
about another person trying to kill Xavier.
Yeah, it's like I don't. Yeah,
Okay,
it's such a cookie cutter story of like you're going back in time to try to kill Xavier, Omega Red somehow, and Wolverine has to do the Wolverine Days of Future Past thing. And like, yeah, it's like okay, but then X Death turns up and we get the Phalanx Wolverine. I'm like, okay, now I'm
Yeah.
talking like, what's up with this? That shit is lit. Like, what's going on? And then we finally, this is what I really wanted out of the event was they were actually give Laura some focus and some respect. If this is the
Right.
ultimate Wolverine story, you have to bring in the current fucking Wolverine. So I'm glad that they finally did that in issue 3. And like Xavier is like, hey Laura, we like something weird's going on with Logan. We need a Wolverine to figure this out. Like Laura, you're Wolverine, like handle
Right.
this. And I'm like, thank you. Like, put some respect on her. Like, she's actually Wolverine. Like, this whole event has not mentioned that Laura is actually Wolverine right now. And like, and the fact that they brought in Gabby and they brought in Daken, I was like, thank you, because
Right.
one of the greatest parts of the Krakoa era to me is the Wolverine family has been a family. Like the Wolverine family actually hangs out together. They actually do things together. They feel more like a family. Like Daken hangs out with Laura and Gabby are. It's like it's cool to see like not all death and drama in Wolverine's life, where he actually has like my kids are here and I can hang out with my son, you know, like and we're cool. He's not like an evil supervillain and shit. And like so really just enjoying what they did there with the art, what they're doing there with Moira. The implications are big. Like there's some pretty ground shaking things that happen in X Deaths. So it's like we're getting it's awesome. And I'm still gonna talk shit about the first half of the event because it's pretty boring, but X Deaths is lit. Like
All right.
yeah.
Is that everything for Chronic Comics, my good sir?
Yeah, I ain't even reading nothing in DC this week. It's just, I mean, I will give it props to the milestone section of DC though, because that Static book was solid all the way through, and people are really iffy on the Static making a comeback because it's such a classic run, and you don't want to mess up Static, but really that book was really solid, and I think they deserve props. Vita Ayala has done a great job on that book as a writer. She also is slaying it on New Mutants, so she's also writing New Mutants over there for Marvel. And the New Mutants book has been sensational all the way since she picked it up. So since they picked it up, so like shout out to Vita Ayala doing some great work writing young characters. Like just like she had the voice of the youth of Krakoa is basically what New Mutants is about. New Mutants was one of the most mid titles when it dropped under Hickman because it had no direction. And then when Vita Ayala came on the book, they made the book about like, okay, we have this paradise mutant nation. What would the kids do on an immortal nation? Okay, so the adults never die anymore. They wouldn't give a fuck about the kids anymore. Like, in a society where the adults stayed alive forever, they would ignore the youth for the most part. Because it's like, it ain't about you no more. I'm living forever. But like, so that is kind of what the book's about, how the adults have failed the youth of Krakoa. Because once Krakoa got immortal and got all this stuff, it was just like, okay, well, what do we do with the kids? Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, they have whatever they need. So, yeah, it's a very cool angle to explore. And just props to the writer who has been on fire.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us on a new, very special episode of the Nerds Who Rock Jays. Go subscribe on YouTube, leave a comment, leave a like. Go subscribe on Spotify, iTunes, and everywhere that people listen to stuff with their hearts and their ears. Thank you for joining us. For Wesley Snipes, for B-Mac, for C Jizzle, live from Libby Sizzle, Sizzle, the dabs got me. For Bubsy, aka Kevin Samuels Jr., and and I was just playing, and for Steve God. Thank you for joining us. Tell us when you love them, gang.